Boom! There's another one. There's another young man that has joined Ohio State's 2024 recruiting class. This young man is four-star wide receiver, according to 247 Sports composite rankings, Mr. Jeremiah McClellan. Brian Hartline finds these guys. Brian Hartline goes after talented individuals consistently, and when you're able to go out there and get one, snag him when you can. Because you got schools out there like Missouri, schools out there like Oregon, Arizona State, and others who are trying to snag these services of all the talent they can in that particular recruiting class. And if you don't get them, somebody else can. And I mentioned those two schools in Missouri and Oregon. Normally, you don't put Missouri, Oregon, and Ohio State in the same conversation in recruiting. But Missouri is the in-state school, as Jeremiah McClellan comes from the state of Missouri, out of St. Louis, out of Christian Brothers College High School. And Oregon was the other school that was trying to get the services of Jeremiah McClellan. Now, you would think Ohio State already has all these talented wide receivers. They got some that came in: Noah Rogers, Bryson Rogers, Brandon Ennis, Cardinal Tate. In the 2023 recruiting class, why go out there and get more, especially when you have Mylan Graham and Jeremiah Smith in the 2024 recruiting class? Because you got to keep stockpiling them, because you know at some point somebody's going to transfer. So you just got to keep going. Go after him. Go after him. Go after him. It's just what you have to do. Sitting at 6 foot even, 190 pounds, this young man is talented. Talented. He ended up having, I believe it was 41 receptions during his sophomore campaign, 989 yards, and 9 touchdowns. Let me double check that number very quickly, as I do not want to misspeak when it comes to somebody's numbers. That was correct. 41 receptions during his sophomore year, 989 yards, and 9 touchdowns. During his junior season just a year ago, 61 receptions, 1,103 receiving yards, 18 total touchdowns, 13 of them being receiving touchdowns. So you're having a guy that was really close to having back-to-back seasons of 1,000-yard seasons, really close in his sophomore campaign to having 10 receiving touchdowns as well. Talented, man. He's really good at catching the ball in traffic. That's one thing that when you think about a guy in high school, what is he good at? He's an outside receiver in high school, might be a slot in college, but no matter if he's going to be outside or inside, how well are you at catching the ball when somebody else is around you? I don't care if it's a guy on the outside and you're one-on-one and you're running a go route, or you're running a core, whatever it is. I don't care who it is. I don't care if you're running a quick slant across the middle. How good are you at catching the ball when somebody's right there on your hip pocket? Because at some point in college, especially during those grueling practices at Ohio State, where you're going up against some of the best DBs you will ever go up against in the entire season, how well do you do when somebody's on your hip pocket? Because that's going to help Brian Hartline understand, and Ryan Day understand, and your quarterback understand, one, if you're ready, but two, if you're on the field, if you'll catch the ball. Like, these are things you may say, oh, this is not something I think about. But, buddy, you might want to think about these things in the future. One man, and I like looking at scouting reports on individuals, one man described him as projection a Power 5 starter. Not right away. Now, my guess is when he comes up, assuming he ends up signing a national letter of intent and becoming a Buckeye down the road, I think the thought is he might end up redshirting his first year, and then 2 years, maybe 3 years as being an Ohio State Buckeye. That'll be his time to potentially be a starter and to show the world, everybody in the shoe, what he can do when he's on the football field. And I say assuming he signs a national letter of intent because I understand we're excited about commitments, and I understand that we want everybody that makes a verbal commitment to stay at Ohio State. There's also the reality that Jeremiah Smith or Mylan Graham or Jeremiah McClellan, not saying that they're thinking about it right now. The reality is one of them might remove his verbal commitment, decommit, and commit somewhere else. It's just the nature of the beast. It's what comes with the sport, the nature of the sport. And when you constantly have people coming your way, this kind of stuff is going to happen or possibly happen. Now, an interesting thing about this young man is that his official visit to Ohio State, I believe, was on June 9th that weekend. A couple months after that, he's committing. So something stuck from that official visit and prior to meeting with Ohio State. Something stuck so much and in a strong way that even taking an official visit to Oregon June 23rd through 25th, nothing Oregon did at that time was good enough to detour him from committing to Ohio State. McClellan also took an official visit to LSU on June 2nd, and then also got an offer from Florida on on March 16th. So it's not just it's Oregon, it's Missouri, it's Ohio State. There were other schools even in the past few months that were going after him. McClellan said, nah, I am a future Buckeye. That's huge. That is huge. I would not be surprised if Ohio State stuck with only 3. They're still going after talented wide receiver Chance Robinson out of Miami. So I'm looking forward to seeing, does Chance Robinson commit to Ohio State down the road, or do the Buckeyes only have these 3 individuals in their 2024 recruiting class? The Buckeyes currently have, I believe the number is 20 commitments, verbal commitments in the current recruiting class. And I love it. I love the number. I love what they're putting together. Looking to get some more guys on the defensive side of the ball. You got Justin Scott, 5-star D tackle. Some other guys on defense. You got in-state corners, Bryce West and Aaron Scott. You also have Garrett Stover, in-state linebacker. Some may say safety when he comes to school. That's going to be determined down the road. You also have Peyton Pierce at linebacker, Jalen McClain at safety, Miles Lockhart at corner. You're looking to get some more talented guys on Ohio State's defense, but the 3-headed monster of Jeremiah Smith, Mylan Graham, and Jeremiah McClellan, I like it. I love it. I want some more of it.